It feels so good to see you all after a short gap. Distance brings us more closer. And as we are nearing our the last days of revision practicals, I feel more love for you all, and my heart is expanding even more. And now, for 3 days continuous, we are going to revise back to back the last three chapters of part two. So, always practicing in group gives better results. So, coming to today's topic, achieving spontaneous right action. This word, spontaneous, has now become alive in my life. Before that, I never knew that there is something called spontaneous. Means I knew the word, but that life happens spontaneously. I had no idea. We always think that we always go around like we are in our thoughts, that what we are thinking, we are doing, and always criticizing. But now I can say, enlivened. This spontaneous word has enlivened in my life. So, after practicing this unified course, life has started flowing spontaneously. And when you go with the flow without becoming your own obstacle, then miracle happens. So even you don't have to then achieve anything, then it simply happens. So, but these tools which is given to us by Babaji have only made us reach that elevated state. That's why I could say this now. So practicing this formula again and again is always the right action, because we are living in duality, and our mind, our thoughts, if not aligned with God's thought to God qualities, then it can again create nuances in our life. So it's always better connecting to our all-knowing intelligence, knowing our truest attainable desires, and then taking right action instead of beating around the bush and getting carried away by illusions. So these are some concepts that we are going to learn in this chapter. And this is a very beautiful chapter. We are learning manifestation in action. We are going to reap rewards for all the practices that we have been doing up till now, working on ourselves, on correcting our thoughts. So I think I'm spilling it out all. I would like to invite our unified master, Grace Ji. Let's hear your perspective and insight in this topic. So welcome, Grace Ji. Right, if I start talking, that's why I want to keep quiet. That if I will start talking, I will just simply go on.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much, Kavitaji. Thank you so much, and I'm really happy that I'm doing this, summary today. I know, yeah, I'm doing this summary today, so I'm really happy for that. And let me start my summary and let me start my understanding. And please correct me if I'm wrong somewhere or if I miss something. Let me know. And actually, this chapter is talking about the achieving spontaneous right action. So when you say, as you explained, spontaneous, it just happens. And when it happens, so in order for us to know that it's happening, the right action. So this chapter is all about achieving that spontaneous right action to experience God's qualities, to experience the right experiences like love, you know, whatever the God's qualities are, to experience all those qualities, we need to have right action. For that, we need to have right thought. So, as this chapter explains, that every action generates from its thought first. Because no matter what kind of action we are taking, whether we are taking well thought of action, like well planned and based on our past experiences and all that, or we are taking a quick action, the thought arises first in our mind, and based on those thoughts we take the right action. So that's the truth. So for example, if we are walking or if we are eating something, so the thought must appear in our mind first, and then we take the action. It's just that when we, or for an example, if we are thirsty and we want to drink a glass of water, and if we have the water here, or if we have to pick it up, we just go get water and drink it. So we don't think too much about it because we know that that action is spontaneous because we felt thirsty and we drink water. So no matter what, there is always a thought before any action, or 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 all actions are affected by our thought. No matter what kind of action we are taking, they're always affected by our thought. And not all thoughts will definitely lead to an action, but but whatever action is taken is affected by a thought. So for example, if we think about going somewhere, but then we decide not to go. So we did not take the action in this case, but we still have the experience of not going there because of that thought that we had. Even if we didn't take the actual action that we were thinking about. So every thought has an impact on our action, directly or indirectly. So thoughts are really very important. So what is the secret? The secret is to have the right thoughts so that we can have the right, enjoyable, and fulfilling experiences in our life. So we can say that change your thoughts and change your reality. And this thing can never be challenged as we all want correct thoughts, which will lead to correct actions. Now, the question is, when we all know that our correct thoughts will lead to correct actions, will lead to correct experiences, then why do we have all those evil acts in the world, or we think, or why do we have those unfulfilled actions, unfulfilled our desires? Why do we have all that? Because we think that sometimes we think that, if we are thinking something and that thought is so deep that we think that we're thinking the right thing and we take the action based on that. But that is not the fact, because that action is not based on the thought that are aligned with the God. Those are our mind's thoughts. Those are based on our past experiences, or those thoughts are based on the fears about the future or the plannings about the future. Sometimes we plan, but those plans are not God with the God's qualities. So that's why we have all those experiences that are not pleasant and that are not aligned with God. So when we are actually really in tune with God's thoughts, then thoughts that are coming in our head are correct, and we that those thoughts will always lead us to experiences of the pleasant events in our lives, like the experiences of abundance, like the experiences of success, joy, love, helping others. So sometimes we just imagine what isn't true for us is not God's quality, because we are still in our mind, and based on those mind activities we take our actions. And sometimes we just imagine that is not true God's qualities. Like, sometimes we think that being poor or being sick is not good, or because it's not true for us, but we don't know, maybe that's our soul plan, or you know so we just don't think that is good to be poor, or that is good to be sick. So but we are still not 100% in our thoughts that if they are aligned with God's thought or not. So we are actually, when we are really aligned with God's thought, is when we operate from our heart, not from our mind. So uh, creation was only made to experience God's qualities, but our own little independent thoughts can certainly manifest experiences of those thoughts only. If you think of being poor or being sick, you certainly will become poor and sick. And in the same way, if you think of being abundant, certainly will become abundance. So fake it until you make it. If you think that you will live a long and healthy life, then for sure you will live a long and a healthy life. So if you think world is full of bad people, you will definitely attract only those bad people and bad experiences in your life. So if you change your thoughts, and if your thoughts are aligned with God, then you experience only God's qualities in your real life. So what happens is, if something is in your experience, it doesn't at all mean that it's all truth. It's only the manifestation of your own thoughts. We all are made in the image of God, and because the God is the creator, because we are created with the God's thought, so we can also create our own reality. We will realize that more when we are in tune with God's qualities, the more we can spontaneously do the correct activity and so create our own experiences accordingly. Once we are in tune with God's qualities, it seems as if we are not even thinking anything before taking action. But the truth is, we take action immediately, and so immediately that we don't even realize that we thought about it. Just like the experience that I example that I gave about drinking water. So as I said, that's how it works when we're actually in tune with God's qualities. God's thought come in our mind and action is taken with a lightning speed. So no weighing of alternatives. In that case, we don't weigh any alternatives. We don't think of if it is right or wrong, or we don't think that you know, that somebody is helping us or not helping us. It just comes to our mind. Actually, it comes to our heart, and we take the action when we are aligned with God's qualities. So, when you use your own thoughts based on your past experiences or future fears or plannings, you just blindly follow the action. You just blindly take the action. But sometimes you might be right and sometimes you might be wrong. But if you're right, sometimes that's just by chance, by luck. But if you're not tuned with God, so you are still thinking that you're taking a right action, but it's not right. It will not lead to the experience of God's qualities. But in any situation, we have to remember that we have the God's quality of all-knowing intelligence. Once we have that in our heart, then it's easy to get aligned with God's qualities. And as I mentioned earlier also, once we are in tune with God's qualities, the right action is taken spontaneously without a second thought. Right action always gives the experience of God qualities like the happiness, joy, abundance, and bliss, non judgment, and all knowing intelligence, peace. And your right action takes you away from your past experiences and takes you away from your future, extensive planning and future fears. Because sometimes it happens, like if we have something, the bad experience in the past, then we, even if we did the right thing in our mind or in our heart, we did the right thing. But if we have a bad experience, then if the same situation arises in the present time, we will still think, oh, we had the bad experience because we did that. Even if we did the right thing, then we will avoid taking the same action again. But maybe that action is still aligned with God's action, but because of our past experiences, we will not take that action. So, um, so the secret is to be aligned with God's qualities and take actions accordingly, and do not take actions based on your past experiences or future fears. So now this week, what we are going to do is that we will need to check the list of the experiences, what experiences that we made a few weeks ago of what we want in our lives, or what kind of experiences we want, and what wrong things are there that was stopping us from taking those actions. So now we need to compare that list with the list of the thoughts that were stopping. So once we compare that list, then we will be in tune with God's qualities, and we will start to manifest those desires now, because now we know the the hindrances that we were facing earlier, because we were aligned not with God qualities but with our mind. So what we're doing today is we are writing a creating formula for the guidance of achieving spontaneous right action. So in this case, we will seek the help from our higher self. And first, we will make sure that we get our higher self signal to make sure that it's okay to communicate with the higher self. And then we will check our formula by asking yes and no. The formula that we're making, if it is okay or not okay. So we really need to feel comfortable in our hearts with this formula. We have to say it with love and as if we mean it. And we say it every day. Every day we live in our heart and then we say it every day. And then tomorrow we will pick up a desire, a particular desire that is attainable. That is because we're just starting for formulating this formula. So we will start with taking the desire that is attainable, and then we believe that desire can happen. And then soon we will realize that everything is possible. And but it's very important to believe in it and don't let your fears and your doubts interfere with it. So once we choose the experience that we want to have, the next thing is to make sure that it's in our highest desire, because sometimes, or in our highest interest, and it's not interfering with anyone else's soul plan or anyone else's life. So we create the desire and then we make sure that the desire in the highest interest of all, or even if we're doing it for ourselves, it should not interfere with someone else's soul plan or someone else's life. So for that, first you ask your higher self if it is wise to ask a question about this, and then ask your higher self if this experience is in my the highest interest or not. And you wait for the yes and no signal, and then check with your higher self of your thoughts that are interfering in getting those experiences. And then you ask for yes and no signals to check the correctness of the correcting formula. Remember to take your time and do not rush, because we are still new in this formula. That's why we are starting with something that is attainable, and that's why we are not desiring for the big things right now, because we still need to get into the practice of manifestation. So we start with our small attainable desires. So for now, only work on these two creating formulas. Feel very comfortable and grounded in using them. And soon you will be in the habit of using those formulas regularly and create what is in the highest interest of you and is as per the wisest interest for you and for your higher self. So whatever we're trying to manifest, we need to make sure that it has to be in the highest interest of yourself and the higher self, and it should not interfere with anyone else's plan, anyone else's life. And to achieve that, we need to correct our thoughts too. And for that, we need to realize what were the thoughts that were creating hindrances in having all those experiences that are the experiences of God's qualities. Thank you so much. Sorry, I was nervous today. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace ji. You
Thank you.
didn't look like you were nervous.
No,
You
I
were very
was. I'm sure I was.
spontaneous, very flowy.
Thank you.
So your preparation is good. You said you don't have time, but still the clarity, the understanding of the chapter is very good. So I would like Titiji or Shaileshi to add something to it. Then we'll move on to quiet period practice.
Very, very, very beautiful. It was like just flowing, flowing like a breeze. Everything you covered. I mean, I can just say that you are living it, and that is how you are able to speak so fluently. And beautifully, you connected like this chapter, especially, it focuses on our thought, thinking that we are in our own, in our own dream and not aligning with God's thought, but we are just playing with our own desires and own thinking. And you beautifully connected it with the space from where we are thinking. right? So if we are in the God space, the feeling of love, joy, peace, abundance, that brings those thoughts in manifestation, that um, spontaneous right action happens when we are there, right? So we just know that feelings plus thought, it creates experiences. The book talks about constantly about thought, but the space from where we are thinking, and we are creating our realities. So if we are in that lower self zone, then we create such experiences of pain, misery, and all that. But here we are in that space of God, and now we understand that we are living that image of God, and we are impressing just fluently doing the spontaneous right action. And initially, we are trying to prepare ourselves to really recognize where we are, really recognize what our thoughts are, what they look like. And that is what this chapter is all about. Very, very beautifully you have covered, and I'm sure people would enjoy the outcome of it. It's a quick refresher and beautifully delivered. Thank you.
Thank you.
See how happy you are now. The tension is released.
I was really, maybe because I was not able to attend like past a few sessions. That's why I was kind of nervous. But
Yeah, the nervousness comes from the mind.
yeah,
So
yeah, you're right.
spontaneity brings the knowledge out, right? The real knowledge comes out through spontaneity. So
Yeah.
thank you. You covered everything. You covered the aspect of understanding the issue, what that real subject is, and then also you covered very well how do we overcome that, right? How do we? What's the way to get out of it? And that's very good. I also enjoyed what Kavita ji said in the beginning. She said one very small sentence which is really profound. And since morning, actually, that was what was going on in my head, and she spoke it out. So I will just repeat what she said. She said, life happens spontaneously. All of you should think about this thing.
And you know, when Kavita ji said that, life happens spontaneously, and my mind said to me, "Ghatit hota hai," like the Hindi word. It
Mm.
came to my mind. Ghatit ho raha hai, was ghatit. So I was thinking, and then I thought, I cannot say that Hindi word there. So just
The
English session.
the life happens spontaneously is such an important and profound and deep thing that if you think more about it, you will begin to understand what life is. It's actually the understanding of life in the right way. Today we all think about life like it's a time period between birth and death. That is life, right? But that's not what life is. Think about a person who is alive and a person who's dead. So between those two bodies, what is the difference? That difference is life. And life happens spontaneously when we understand. Then you begin to see what's going on around you in creation. It is all happening spontaneously. It doesn't care about time. It has no relationship with time. It just happens. That is spontaneity, spontaneous, right? Now, in this chapter, though, the primary thing we are learning about that spontaneity being right? Anyway, life is happening spontaneously, right? So, my spontaneity, which I am now manifesting, how can I make it such that I enjoy the life? I enjoy every quality of God that I know about. That will happen when my spontaneity is in the right direction. And that's what you explained also. It starts from the right thoughts. So if we are able to bring our awareness to our thoughts and align them with God's qualities, the outcome, the actions, the final outcome will be actions and the experience thereof will always be aligned with God's qualities. So that's how the whole thing works. But understanding spontaneous, life happens spontaneously is so beautiful and profound. So thank you, Kavita ji, for bringing that into our awareness. Understanding life is very important. When you understand life, you understand the depth of this course. That is what it is. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Shailesh, for noticing that. I just said in a flow, uh, and it came to me like that only because I have understood the chapter like that. And thank you, Grace ji, for again giving me this opportunity to guide everyone in the quiet period practice because just simply fell in my lap. So let's start. Let's begin.
Actually, Shailesh, you tell me something.
Okay.
The quiet period practice. I don't know. I don't feel, because honestly, I don't have that yes or no signal yet, like that profound. So when I lead the quiet period practice, I don't feel satisfied in me. I feel as if I don't do it for myself. How do I lead someone else? That's again one of the reasons I avoid doing that. Why do I do that? I don't know.
And just think about it. Now consider just this thought. This thought is coming from the mind. Mind is raising doubt,
Okay.
right? Mind does not trust your intuition. That is why you are having this obstacle. Your mind is not letting you trust your own intuition. It's just standing in the way. That's what its nature is. We have to practice to prioritize our heart, which we did in what? Chapter 11. Enlivening and,
Okay.
right? And enabling the heart. That giving priority to your intuition is your own prerogative. You have to intentionally do it. You have to practice it. When you start practicing it, your mind will start taking the back seat, and then your heart will come into driver's seat. And heart coming in driver's seat means you are connected with your higher intelligence, your all-knowing intelligence, right? And that's when all your actions will definitely come from that only. That's the normal thing, right? So we did that in a previous step for that reason. That's a prep for what we are doing today. Okay, so go back to those steps. Anytime you feel stuck, look at the previous steps. Where did I miss? Right? Always. Throughout this course, every lesson is built on previous lessons. So if you are getting stuck somewhere, always look back. Okay, which step did I miss? Where did I miss this thing? Right? So right now, this is what I can see, that your mind is still driving. Okay.
I can add a little bit on that. Guiding meditation is not guiding to others, it is also guiding to yourself. And that is why I always encourage to speak those affirmation as I, right? We
Oh,
do the affirmation as you. That is like, you are separating everybody and yourself. And when you guide the meditation like you are doing with yourself, right? Even though you are not getting the signal, but you are connected, you are just guiding through your heart, like Shaileshi says that from your heart space you speak, your mind won't come in between, right? So it's not that what you are saying is for others, it's including you. So you are guiding to yourself also, and then you go flow as you get your inner, it will guide you. I mean, it will not it's just your mind that is like, I want to be right, I want to be, that so-called modest thing. So don't think of that way. Just count yourself in, and with unified, it's so new kind of practice. We all are learning, we all are experimenting, and as we learn, as we practice more and more, we are going to create the experiences, the outcome, which is very unique and we may not have ever experienced before. So I don't feel bad saying that, I'm still learning and creating my experiences from my heart space. So
Yes, that's very profound.
being vulnerable comes from that space only, where we have the signal, but we don't know. But at the core, I know what I am doing. I'm just following my intuition. Right? So it
Yeah,
can
thank
be
you.
precise.
Yeah, because I was thinking that I am guiding, but no, I am not guiding anyone. I'm guiding myself. Like my higher self is guiding myself too. Okay, wow. Thank you.
Anytime.
So if you feel you are ready for today, you can guide. Otherwise,
No, no,
commitment
no,
is also there.
no, no, not today.
Anytime we guide meditation or speak in a forum like you did today, always make sure that before you start, you connect with your higher self
Okay,
and start the work. Because when you do that, you remove your mind from in between. That
okay.
process is important. The moment you connect with your higher self and start speaking, like all of us who are uh, talking to you guys here, before we start the session, we do this practice perfectly, totally, always, 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 never without it, right? So when you lead as an instrument and not through the mind. So you become the channel. That's when, once you remove yourself from the channel, that's when masters can speak through you. After that, then there is no judgment of what comes out. Whatever comes out at that time will always be appropriate. Trust it. That's the right information that needs to come out at this time. It could be not acceptable to many people, but the purpose of its coming at that time is to shake some boundaries, right? So that's how confident you need to be. That's how trusting you need to be on letting the master speak through you. And finally, you will one day in chapter
Right.
15, we all know that master who speaks through you is also you, but
I
that's
mean,
your
you
higher
just
self.
have to get out and experiment. I mean, just you have tried once
Uh,
and it's your mind saying something.
yeah.
But the more you try, the more fluent you become. And you know what? It drops our judgment. We, on the other side, we keep saying, okay, that person, this person. But actually, it's just a group energy reflecting when we are here on the stage. It's not like the lower self somebody. It's the, group consciousness reflecting, talking to yourself. So I think it's for everybody. It will be helpful if whoever hesitate to guide. Just know that you are guiding yourself. It's like that I, which is everybody. Now, when we are in that,
uh,
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you so
and
much.
and be confident that you are not less than anyone. You are whole and complete.
so beautifully you have delivered it, and you can
Uh,
definitely guide it through also. But you
yes.
just, you are like doubting yourself. That's
Yeah,
Yes.
the
very
reason I'm doubting because I don't have the script. I will mess up with the steps. I know I'll mess up big time, so I don't want to do that.
No worries. I mean, if we are prepared, I mean, it's just guiding is so easy, especially part two guidance is so good because it automatically opens up so many limiting beliefs of us, and also it automatically corrects with this group energy. All we need is to raise our energy, right? To change our thought. If we are vibrating high, we are having automatically having that Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina kind of thoughts. So that we experience, we all have when we come up front and we guide from this side. But don't I am also always in that process of myself evolving, learning, right? So
Yeah, and even last time when I did the guided meditation, and I thought, okay, first of all, it didn't come to my mind that I should watch myself. How did I do it? But then I thought I was talking to someone. I thought, okay, let me do it. I couldn't watch myself even for 1 minute. I started laughing and I started saying, "Do you even know all these things that you're guiding someone else?" Maybe that was another fear, like I had that, who am I to guide anyone? That kind of a thing.
But that
That's
is the
why it is.
master. That was the master who spoke through you.
Yeah,
And you were judging yourself and not the master.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Remember that always. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Now I'll remember that, and I will start. I will connect with higher self before I do
And
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
even I would like to add that when you are preparing the summary, so you don't know when you are writing your perspective, that is also coming from your divine self.
Exactly. Hmm.
In that moment also, means that divinity that is there, it appears and we are not aware. We think that we are writing,
yeah,
because when I speak and later on when I watch the video, then I feel that okay, in the such a short 2 minute just introduction, in 2 minute introduction I have included, means very precisely I have included the important points. And I feel amazed about myself only that I have spoken this, because in that moment when I'm talking, I am not aware what I'm talking. It's just coming to me whatever we have understood about the chapter. So initially, I also used to feel like this, what you are saying, but now I just simply surrender, like okay, let it come by itself, and it's so beautiful. So, Gracie, you did well last week. I don't know why you are now, once you have already experienced it, and now again you are becoming doubtful. So, you have to practice
yeah,
again and again this chapter, correcting thoughts.
yeah, yeah. I need practice. Even I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah. Jayaji,
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to add there's when you have the trolleys in the supermarket, the child is standing on the trolley and the father is pushing from behind. So the child feels that I'm driving the trolley. But during the meditation, it is God working through you, or the universe working through you, or the masters working through you. So uh, when I heard my guided meditation or the practice, I realized this is what the universe expects me to be. But
Hmm.
this is my actual nature that I have to work on and have to understand that it's everything is an illusion. Whatever we have learned, when I rehear the meditation, I'm like, oh, that aha moment, so many come. And to be able to guide the number of times you practice the chapter, and then you, like for me, when I have doubts, I go back to the chapters and rehear the explanation given by one of the masters, and it clarifies so much more. Um, when I heard it just like that, it's completely different to when you want to lead it because you hear it 10 times more, 15 times more. So I was on the flight to US, and that's a 16-hour flight. And so many times I was able to connect, give myself time, and whatever I watched was so like I watched a movie called Onward, and in that, the father says that the magic of life has disappeared. Actually, in life, there was magic. And so when the child finds a stick, he's trying to use the stick. The father explains to him, and he says, focus. Then he says, center in your heart, and then believe in what you can do, and you will do it. And so when he uses all these three, and suddenly the magic appears in his life again.
Wow.
And it was so like it connected with me, center in your heart. I'm like, okay. And then there was like, you gotta focus, you gotta believe in it, then it's gonna happen to you. And he was like, believe, believe, believe. And he says the magic words and it happens. So here, your doubt is just blocking the flow. The flow, the existence wants to come through you, the existence wants to explore through you. uh, just follow, I mean, it's a challenge, but the challenge has been so beautiful. I mean, how many times must you have read the summary to be able to come up with your own um way of explaining it, way of feeling it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just a beautiful thing, and let the universe flow through you. Yeah.
Very, very beautiful, Jayaji. I mean,
Thank you. Yeah.
it's just a reminder, like if God has to express himself, if he has to experience the creation, what he will do? He will come through one of us, all of us, and then he would, plant those thoughts in our head, the experiences I want to have through this body, through this experience, through this role, not just this body, but the character who is playing here. Right? We are all unique expression and we all create unique experiences. So
And
beautiful.
God will not experience through us. God is experiencing already through us.
It's from the, that difference of state, different state, what I'm saying here. Definitely, we have to accept. I mean, we have been saying that God is different and I am different. But come to that state where, God is experiencing through us this body, this character, and then we know more our wholeness, our existence.
That
We
is the
we kind
meaning.
of beyond what that limited self I was working before, and now as I am experiencing how I act differently.
That is the meaning of the word that I am God. The sentence I am God means that only, that God is experiencing through me. That's the real meaning of that word, that sentence. God is experiencing through me. Because imagine, God is me, God is you, God is Kavita, God is Preeti, and the tree and the table, the computer, the screen, everything is God. So God is experiencing through each one. But in totality, just imagine that totality is God's experience, right? So each one of us is just an instrument for God to experience. And that's what we should learn to become just the instrument, right? When we operate from the mind, we create karma. When we operate from the heart, there is nothing called karma anymore, because that's when God is happily able to experience. Just experience, not do.
Mhm.
You know? This is
So
how.
this concept has been very difficult for people to grasp, right? When people say I am God or you are God, this has been the difficult to accept. Many of us still might not think that way. We can keep judging ourselves by our action, but how much ever we, create our thinking, the truth cannot be changed. Just allow to integrate these chapters, and one day you will realize that how beautifully every time you experience that, and the heart goes on that high vibes, that the creating correcting thoughts and these things, just telling us to experience this. There's no other way God can see. You can see God actually. You all want to see, but it's through you happening every moment.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Wow.
Good. So let's help Kavita ji start the practice.
Yes. Thank you.
So,
Wonderful.
sir, please request to play the music.
Yes, I am ready.
Hands up in yourself, please. So, masters, please take your comfortable position and settle in your stillness, your sacred space. Drop all your worries, all your tensions, any doubts, whatever you are holding right now, just let it go and find rest in your breath. If any one of you are wearing specs, then you can Remove it for now. And keep a notebook beside you. And now let's begin. So with a deep breath, bring your awareness inside. A journey from thought to awareness. Inhale deep. Exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Feel your breath. Let breath be your anchor. Just repeat this cycle slowly. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Consciously release all your tensions. Just observe your body as you breathe. Notice how your body feels. Any tension, any discomfort, or any kind of restlessness. Just give it permission to release. Release from your shoulders. With each breath, with each exhale, release the heaviness that you might be carrying in your chest. Just check the tightness in your jawline. Soften your forehead. Let it all go. Relax yourself completely and feel the joy. Joy in the rhythm of your breath. Joy in the rhythm of your heartbeat. Feel the joy in the calmness, in the stillness, and in your presence. Just feel it. Observe your natural breath as your breath slows and deepens. Bring yourself into the present moment, just letting go of all your past or the concerns of future. Bring yourself in this now moment. Bring your joy into your physical expression. Feel. Observe your facial expression. Are they mirroring the joyfulness? Connect them with the rhythm of your breath and bring a radiating smile on your face. And let this smile rest throughout your quiet period. Connect yourself to your breath deeply. As you're breathing, as you're getting aware of your breath closely, your mind starts to soften. All the thoughts are just passing by, just like a clouds. No need to follow them, just return to your breath. Time to bring your divisive mind into a unified field. Gently and softly bring your awareness to your heart center to feel that unification of mind and heart. See yourself complete, whole, and perfect. In this moment, connect yourself to your higher self. And invite your higher self. They are aligned with the divine wisdom, that part which is always linked to the cosmic computer. Allow yourself to connect to your all-knowing intelligence, to the unconditional love and the universal truth. I open my heart and am ready to receive your guidance, my dear higher self. Feel the quiet presence, still aware. Feel the connection with your higher self. And in this moment, close your aura to all except your higher self. I close my aura to all except my higher self. Just feel the radiance in your aura and clear all the uninvited influences that have come into your aura. I send love and light to all the uninvited influences that have come into my aura. Each of you is whole and healthy. Each of you is love and light. You are made in love and light. Each of you feels no pain now, and you're not afraid. You have a perfect place to go. I ask my higher self to take you there now. Each of you go peacefully. Take your name and feel all the uninvited influences being guided towards that peaceful, perfect place by your higher self. Once again, I close my aura to all except my higher self, and I send love and light to all the thought forms around me. Now wait for your higher self signal. My dear higher self, please give me your signal now. Take your dearest name and ask for the signal in your own words. Just be quiet and wait for the signal. Connect to your breath. Stay in your heart center as the signal is coming to you. As you are receiving the signal, we are getting ready to receive today's message. We are ready to say our creating formula. We are now unified. Repeat this formula by yourself. God and I claim and accept thoughts of achieving spontaneous right action with forgiveness and thankfulness. Amen. Just feel as you say this. Let your higher self know this purpose, the purpose of this quiet period. God and I claim and accept thoughts of achieving spontaneous right action with forgiveness and thankfulness. Amen. As you feel unified, recall all these God qualities. In this unified field, what we feel is only God qualities. Connect to those qualities, divine qualities. God is love. God is light. Keep adding all those qualities. God is truth. God is happiness, joy, and compassion. Feel each of the God qualities in your heart. God is perfection. God is perfect. God is peace and gentleness. God is prosperity. God is infinite energy, omnipresent. God is all-knowing intelligence, non-judgmental. God is creativity. And I am made in the image of God. I am made of the same qualities that God has. Now I am one with God. Feel that oneness. Feel it in your heart. Express it in your whole being. Claim all those God qualities. As you make it yours. I am love. I am light. I am truth. I am happiness, joy, and compassion. I am perfection. I am peace and gentleness. I am prosperity. I am infinite energy. I am non-judgmental. I am unique. I am omnipresent. I am the all-knowing intelligence. I am the creator, made in the image of God. I am that. Own each of these qualities. Feel it. Feel it even more. And now I claim that I achieve spontaneous right action in my life and accept achieving spontaneous right action. See, as you are claiming, whether there are doubts or any thoughts that block you from achieving the spontaneity, repeat once again. I claim now that I achieve spontaneous right action in my life and accept achieving spontaneous right action. Observe how you feel. Are there any inhibiting thoughts? Then ask your higher self to reveal those thoughts, those limiting beliefs. My dear higher self, take its name. Now please reveal to me the thoughts that prevent me from achieving spontaneous right action. Ask yourself, what thoughts are holding me back from living in alignment with divine spontaneous right action? Just stay quiet in your heart center and let any thoughts, images, emotions, or any memories surface up. Just be open to receive the message. What is it that I feel limited? What thoughts make me hesitate immediately whenever I think of pursuing the right action? Is there any past experiences that might have shaped my belief? Is there any people's voice or anyone's opinion behind this limiting belief? Why do I procrastinate? Dive deep into the self-inquiry. Why I am dissatisfied? contented. What do I feel? Just be aware of any thoughts that may be surfacing up in form of images or impressions or maybe emotions. Just observe them without any judgment. Simply notice, be aware. Simply notice those thoughts. And release them. I see you now. I release you now. Let your breath carry away all those old thoughts that no longer serve. And say this aloud. I heal myself. I choose to release these thoughts that I cannot do anything right, or I feel limited with what I know or what I am, or I am dissatisfied. These old thoughts don't serve me anymore, so I allow them to go. Just bless those thoughts and loosen your hold onto them. Let it go. I heal and release all my thoughts, known or unknown, conscious or subconscious, that interfere with this claim of achieving spontaneous right action. I am all-knowing intelligence. I am unlimited, limitless. I am contented. My thoughts are now one with God, in tune with God's thought, aligned with God's thought. My heart is in a state of forgiveness. knowing the true meaning of forgiveness. A state of forgiving love. I thank God for my achieving spontaneous right action, and I leave this claim to God and the natural laws of creation. My claim is now created. That is the nature of natural law. Amen. Reframe your thoughts in a way that feels empowering and still honest. Incorporate the communication you receive by your higher self into your creating formula. Now, God and I claim and accept the thought that I am the all knowing intelligence with forgiveness and gratitude. Amen. The actions you have chosen from your list of true desires. Confirm it from your higher self. Is it in your higher interest, in your highest interest? Ask your higher self, have I chosen the right course of action? Take a look in the list of your true desires that you have chosen. And let the guidance come in form of yes or no signal. Have I chosen the right course of action? If the answer is no, then ask your higher self, what needs to be improved in your thought? Is it a true no? And if you get a yes signal, then ask, is it in my highest and wisest interest to do that activity? And describe your activity. Be gentle. Trust. Believe. Say a few words of thanks to your higher self in your own words, with your own feeling, for the guidance and the love throughout this quiet period. And always guiding you throughout every action of your life. Making your life spontaneous, free-flowing, just like a river. Extend your gratitude and love to the entire universe. Feel the love flowing from your heart center. Let it expand in form of light. Feel the infinite flow of this radiating love to the whole of creation. And once again, now close your aura. I close my aura to all except my higher self. With the awareness of your expanded self, gently and slowly return to your heart center, aligned with the God's thoughts, God qualities, connected with your all-knowing intelligence and the wisdom that is flowing. Be aware of the place you are sitting, thanking Mother Earth for holding you, embracing you throughout your journey. Thank for her compassion. Extend your gratitude to Mahavatar Babaji, and our mentors, to DJ and Shailesh, and to the entire unified group consciousness, including you, yourself. Extend your love and gratitude to any one person you like in this moment. Take their name and send love. The whole of creation, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, mineral kingdom, water kingdom, are simply blooming with love that is emanating from your heart. With this awareness, bring yourself back to your breath, to your heart. Gently wiggle your toes and fingers. Gently open your palms and put it on your face. Absorb all the love. Absorb this beautiful energy in your whole being. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes inside your palm and then slowly come back. Thank you from my inner divine self to your inner divine radiance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you all. You can write down the notes if you have any message in your notebook.
Thank you. Thank you, Kavita ji. Very beautiful guidance. Thank you. Anybody would like to speak, share? Shall you see anything you would like to say?
Let's hear Grace ji.
I only felt gratitude for today's session, and I only felt gratitude for the guidance from all of you. So thank you so much. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
We all just have to trust ourselves. It's a big leap we are going to take. So every moment, it's only we patting our back. Mother Earth is just saying, wow, I'm loving it. See, now our consciousness is reflecting in movies. So in no time you will hear these lines, center in your heart. You know, that kind of thing will happen. Yeah, Sheelamji, you wrote something I could not follow. You had some question?
No, that was saying that it's still struggling to get connection with the higher self, because when one of them said, I can't get yes and no, even I'm in the same boat of waiting for that yes and no. Actually, I raised my hand because I just want to tell daily practicing and reading. I'm just realizing from the first chapter where, Babaji has made us feel we are images of God and constantly telling us, stop having your own ideas and your thoughts. You are the image of God, remember, and you have to keep in with the thoughts of God and act accordingly to achieve whatever we have to. We easily get carried away with our lower self and the pleasures of this world that we think we can manage everything. So we stumble, and when we stumble, we realize, oh, this was because I was trying to use my uh, own intelligence and trying to lead myself. I think at every step it is a constant reminder that we should keep reminding ourselves we are the images of God. We have to imbibe the qualities of God, and we have to try to live by that and not get carried away with whatever this. That's why constantly saying, ask your higher self, ask your higher self. If you are already in the thought of every quality of Almighty, because you know you are the image of God, so you can't go wrong, you know. So I just felt that because nowadays it is, Babaji knows it is not easy for us to imbibe this in spite of hammering on our heads that we are the images of God and we have the qualities of God. So we are telling the same. But when it comes to practicality, very easily we get, I think, what do you call, uh, washed away by the waves of this worldly thoughts and our own desire, thinking we know everything. That ego, I would suppose,
That mind.
So, yeah, so that is just that I wanted to contribute from my side. Thank you so much.
Yes, Sheelam ji, very important is to, live in that state,
That's
live in the
exactly.
quality of God, right? So the thought will automatically be corrected. All the
Mm,
thoughts will be correct. What we can
uh,
do instead of manipulating 75,000
exactly.
thoughts,
Exactly.
we can just manipulate our heart space. Okay, what am I feeling right now? Is it something that is not that soothing, that pulsation, that feeling of love, that expandedness? Why it is gone now? Check now. That click. And that is what we are exercising over the period of time. We will be able to figure out things.
No, I know. Now, every chapter, what we're trying to learn is finally be in the thoughts of God. We live in the image of God. If you really go to each chapter is teaching ultimately the same thing, to achieve different things. But whatever you want to achieve, that means be in the image of God and live in the image of God.
Yes, very, very true. Only at the heart space, but there are many, many, many aspects of ourselves that
Uh,
opens aligning the God qualities.
I
Very
know.
beautiful. In one line, you just expressed what I've been trying to say since the beginning of the session today. Um, yeah.
But I
So
really agree. There's a lot of unwanted influences which I recently read, initially I was thinking, how can that be? But there are so many souls who have suddenly, like for example, the recent crash, so many people died unexpectedly. Now so many of the souls would have not been sort of prepared. So probably, these influences are true that they are constantly reminding us to clear our aura so that we don't get drifted away, but to be in the image of God. Then I realized the significance of clearing the aura constantly because I had not understood the concept that are there really, unwanted influences. Yeah, I really believe now and I realize the significance of it. So
everybody
just
is complaining about, population rise on Earth.
no, not question population, but these sort of souls which have not attained their own space.
I
Because,
agree.
I
I
mean,
understand that space that we definitely there are uninvited influences. More than 8 billion people. There are more than 8 billion
population, of course, we
uninvited
will be, because
influences.
it is a world now where they are trying to see how they can increase the population. Nobody wants to think what sort of world we want.
And everybody wants to retain the, natural state of Earth. So what will happen?
Nothing. God will bring
Such thing,
natural
such thing will
calamities
happen,
when He
that
has to save Mother Earth. What else can happen? It's out beyond us, right? That's
no,
why.
the natural state, I'm saying that the earth will try to, the nature will try to regain.
That's what
We
I'm
can't
saying.
do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we only can invite those incidents in our life, having in that state of thought and allowing it to just. So, the nature works itself as it is growing, growing, growing. It will one
Yeah.
stop, just settle and then come back to the
Yeah,
natural.
that's exactly what happens. Yeah.
May I
So,
add
but I
something,
think,
Priti ji?
it makes us stronger, I suppose, when we live in the thoughts of God and anything, nothing really makes us feel worried of anything that is happened. We accept it is as a part of it and we have faith in God, so we know things will work out well. So, to be positive and to be living in that the nature of God being the image of God, I think makes our soul outlook in a much wider way, or a brighter way.
And all the experiences are happening through us where nothing is good and bad, but there is only one thing, that law of nature, that always prevails. So we can just say something bad happened, something good happened at group consciousness level, at state level, at nation level, but things are just happening in its natural order. And if we have to just accept it, because people have invited, there's no God out there who is controlling things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
very
field.
true.
There is a cause and there is an effect. You just have to remember that we are in that field, and we all have to take our own responsibility of our own thoughts. And at this point of time, Babaji is saying that now it's enough.
Mm.
Come back. How many lifetime you will come and just suck your thumb? You have grown up enough to understand and take this responsibility, at least to center yourself, to act who you are, to come from that space, what you are here for.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
the biggest contribution to such event would be sending those lost soul or uninvited influences, or such thoughts to love and light, to their perfect place. So that's the biggest act we will be doing from Unified, if we start living it through from today. From the day we have learned.
I would like to add that Sheelamji, uh, your awareness is more on the influences. So you are staying in that frequency. And even if you say that about God, talk about God qualities, you are not feeling that. Today, when I was guiding the practice, I was connecting to those thoughts only. That sometimes when we know something, when we get the learnings, we start repeating it just verbally, like all the God qualities, and which we are claiming as ours. So we are just simply repeating it without any feeling. So today, as I was guiding, I felt that I couldn't move into the next quality until and unless I said that feel it, feel it. So it is all what you feel. And your sentences are more like it's going to be all, everything is going to be well or correct. That means you are still in that thought that everything is not right. And after doing so much practice, after uh, doing revision, also still staying in that thought and still talking about influences more is keeping you in that frequency only. So
I'm sorry,
first thing
Kavita ji.
I would suggest that stop giving your energy, your attention to those things,
No,
and
Kavita ji,
then
I'm
you can
sorry. I'm
send love.
mistaken. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. I am not giving any attention to those. I was telling I didn't believe in that when initially that started. And I said, now I understood the significance why Babaji is going on telling us we should clean our aura for the unwanted influence. I'm sorry if you have understood it in a different way. I'm not concentrating on them, nor I'm giving importance to it. I was just telling how I realized the depth of why Babaji is insisting every time that we should clean our aura. I don't know in what way you're thinking that I'm concentrating on that. I'm sorry, it's not that. And I'm just saying, every quality of God, when we try to realize and imbibe in us, we will not get carried away onto the wrong thoughts of trying to make our own thoughts and decisions. So, well, that's all I said. I
So
didn't say.
I am just trying to say that focus on the feeling,
I know we are feeling
how
it.
you
That's why I
feel.
said if you feel God's
Because when
thoughts
you
and
start feeling, then your awareness will not go in those thoughts. That is the connection. You wrote in the chat that I also want to feel that connection.
no, I said sometimes I'm not able to get yes and no, like how most of the people are saying they're getting. It is nothing to do with my thoughts. It is our connection. Many people have still not got the connection, which Shailaji and Pritiji says, no, you perceive it will come. Question is not that my thoughts are on something else that I can't. I am daily trying to concentrate and trying to connect myself to the higher thought. I mean, higher self. I'm not concentrating on the unwanted influences, nor trying to doubt of God's thoughts, if that's what you think. I just said, I'm also in the same boat of some people who are not able to connect. That's all. It's not because I'm all the time concentrating on unwanted influence and trying to think of my own thoughts and trying to create, and I don't feel God's thoughts. Anyway, thanks for your correction, but I just wanted to tell you I have nothing better. I've been reading chapters again and again, and I am trying to imbibe the right. That's why attending every class. Not that, just to see if there's more, I can understand the depth and, with different people's angle, trying to understand. I just gave my opinion of what I felt. It's not that I'm forcing everybody to do what I'm saying. I said the significance, what I felt was through the whole chapters, where Babaji is stressing is trying to be in the thoughts of God.
That's okay, Shilamji. You are doing the right thing. Just continue to practice. Just continue the practice, and eventually, the purpose of the practice is to help us move or transition from the mind to the heart. Right? That's why this practice is given to us. Now, once you have transitioned, you will begin to see that the practice is not necessary anymore. Right? This practice is only a stepping stone. All the practices, for that matter, are stepping stones. We have to use them till such time we are stationed in the heart. So slowly, each one of us will get there eventually if we persist. Persistence is important, and which you are doing. So that's really commendable that you are trying, even though you are not seeing immediate results. That's okay. Eventually, the practice will lead us in the right place. And once you are there, you will know. Nobody will have to come and tell you. You will know automatically.
And those signal things are very, insignificant also at this very beginning of the time. It might take a whole year for our body to develop that neural connection to, recognize that change that happens when we speak something from our heart. Heart is connected to brain, and it is something we are saying again and again, and we are receiving a response in our body. So there's no harm. I mean, it's just practice and just to be. But there are beautiful things that you brought with your experiences, and I loved them. I was just able to put it in one light that, how will you just concentrate and look at every thought, 75,000 thought we get in a day, but we can just focus every moment where we are. The thought will come as God thoughts only. Then experiences will be spontaneous, and all the other that unification with love, all-knowing intelligence, and our wholeness. So this journey has to be done by each one of us, and it will be unique, and our expressions will be unique. So we can just continue what we are doing with feeling comfortable, and not doing very special. That feeling will make us gel with everybody. I'm just practicing something. It's just like an experiment for me. Till yesterday, I was, feeling uncomfortable, agitated when I was in crowd, I was with people. Now I have the tools, so I am using it, and then I'm experimenting different things that happens at different time. Right? So we all have to just be, practice, and live like what we are exploring. We are the guinea pig, you can say, here, that just creating experiences with what is taught in this book.
The important thing to understand is by doing, when we are doing something, a practice is doing, right? By doing, we change our state, and our state is being. So we are transitioning. By doing, we are changing the being. And eventually, this doing will stop, and then we will just be. Right? We will become the being that we are. So initially, definitely doing takes priority. By doing, we are slowly changing our being. shifting our being to a place where doing becomes insignificant. Then doing becomes a consequence of our being at the end of it, right? So this is a gradual process. We are all transitioning, and each one of us has our own journey. We are all in our own individual unique state. So just be patient with yourself. It will come. It will eventually be there.
Thank you, Preetiji and Shailaji. It's really very encouraging.
Thank you.
I'm still have the full faith and trying my best.
Absolutely, yeah.
Remember the loving repetition. Let us not get agitated that, I've been practicing and not getting outcome. So I always keep reminding myself when such situation comes, it's a loving repetition. You remember, you still have to find anything that triggers you. Just start. How many triggers you have, that much work you have. So just be.
And if you need to develop your own tools, you feel free to do that as well, right? Some kind of reminders for you, some kind of clues or indicators that you can have around you that will help you remember, right? Sometimes they help a lot, right? Like I have got some things on my wall here. Whenever I look there, it reminds me, yeah, I remember why I put it there, right? Like that. So develop your own tools as well. Um, a very common thing that we all have, most of us probably have in our houses, the pictures of God, right? So the pictures of God are reminders for us to feel love. When you look at them, feel the love. Just a reminder, right? That immediately takes us into our heart space. Feeling love and gratitude is helpful in that fashion, right? So the images of God or the statue of God around you or anything of for that
Affirmations,
matter,
right?
yeah,
Affirmations in that
just a
matter.
reminder, yeah, some kind of reminders around you. Use them, whatever works for you, specific for you, right? There could be a family deity or whatever gives you that feeling. More important is that feeling part rather than the object itself. Today, when Kavita ji was concluding her meditation towards the end, she was doing gratitude, right? And I was sitting and listening, and she said, well, gratitude to Preeti ji and Shailesh ji. I said, wow, I have become a prop for people to feel gratitude. See? So I am facilitating gratitude. That's my gratitude. I felt so much gratitude for becoming an object of gratitude. Right? Because of me, someone feels grateful. And that feeling is more important, not me. For what reason you are feeling gratitude is not important. But the gratitude itself is very important. Right? That part is so significant. All of us have to remember. I mean, I am no guru, no special, nothing, no God. Of course, I am made in the image of God. But feeling, if I am able to become a symbol of feeling gratitude, fantastic. I am all for it. Right? Because
And
it is.
when I hear such lines, even in the past few sessions, it's coming good that you brought it because after meditation is over, I forget. So that gratitude returns a gratitude here. Thank you. It doesn't, I may not I be able to express the way you did, and it was so beautiful. And it just feels like thank you, joining us in this experiment, in this exploration. I'm just keep saying it as experiment because that makes us walk on this path easy. Because if we say, okay, I know it all, then it will be like मान लिया, है ना? I accepted already. But I'm in the journey of exploration. It will stay if I'm saying I'm experimenting. And that also keep us leveled, not something special big. So just a few little terms like this help us
I
level in the ground.
yeah
And I wanted to add one thing. I
yeah
forgot. I will do that
yeah.
later.
I feel
I
happy
feel
when
gratitude. I
mm,
feel throughout the day. I feel gratitude, not only in the session or I come here. Means throughout the day, whenever in little things, when I see love and all that, then I also think like that. Yesterday you were saying, so okay, Preeti ji gave example for this. This is also love. Means in our daily activities we connect with, means each of you can agree, you can means everyone must be feeling the same thing,
mm,
that gratitude simply comes out, it oozes out. We don't have to means consciously say it, but it is there.
And we
yes
also feel connected, right? I told you the time I was filling the jug, I remembered you. So it's
Yes,
also the way we keep reminding each other. That's the purpose of this group sharing. So that is what Roger also mentioned in the book, that your experiences could help others. So you can share your unified experiences, whoever is practicing together. What we are doing here. Yeah, I wanted to say
all the
that I'm too.
examples yes, go ahead.
Please continue,
No,
Kavita.
go ahead.
I was just saying that I'm too busy in loving myself that I do not remember anything else. I forget immediately. So it's a beautiful experience when we just, we are within ourselves, knowing and feeling our totality. So that is the most beautiful thing I'm experiencing more day by day.
And I have learned this. I would confess that I have learned this giving example, relating to examples by Jayaji. She, whatever example she gives today, also she gave the example of the trolley one. So now this will be in our mind. Whenever we will go to market or see the trolley or anything, it will remind us of our godliness or the divine hands which is guiding us all the time. So her examples also are so apt, and I learned from her. Even though Preeti ji, you keep saying you give examples, but sometimes someone else's way of talking or that feeling that connects, and her way of teaching, her explaining is like you feel like childlike, and that simply connects me. I don't know how it gets clicked. So I learned, so that's why in my last session I was able to notice love in everything, and I was able to relate those examples here.
mm,
So my gratitude for Jayaji also comes out, that means each of us has our unique expression, and observing and means being in this group energy, we learn from each other.
yes
Right.
So,
yes
so
So,
as
I
you
mean,
said
this
that
is how.
exploring, yes.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm saying this is how we see world, right? I mean, just not the tree, but the how tree feels like and what story it reminds. So definitely some people really they put these things in words, which is very expressive, and that is how we share, So
this is our readiness for part 3.
if we are going to enjoy more because that's what it is all about, connecting with everything.
Yeah. In part 3
It
we are
was
going to
actually really
expand.
beautiful the way Jayaji found everywhere one in appropriate story, which was making everything more interesting. I was remembering my dad.
Mm,
Every time in his talk, he would have such stories, to suit to the situation, which I think rarely people do have that talent.
mm,
Beautiful and simple were her stories.
yeah. Gracie, yes, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, yeah, that was a very beautiful example of God leading us, and we think that we are leading ourselves.
Mm,
And yeah, other thing that I wanted to share, I realized because I was not attending these sessions for quite some time, and before when I was attending these sessions, so there was like different experiences. Really, the experience of being in tune with God and all that. And that time I used to think that oh, what's going to happen when we don't have these sessions? But then one day I thought, you know what, that would be a test for me personally. If I'm still in the same boat, if I'm still in the same state of heart. So when I was away from these sessions, and now when I come back and I see that I wasn't doing the practice daily, I wasn't doing the aura cleaning daily, and a lot of things I was not doing. So I realize now when I come back and I realize that that thing is getting charged up again in my heart. But then I realize it means I'm so much dependent on these sessions, right? If these sessions are not there, then I'm not doing anything. So now my next step would be to work on myself in the sense that I'm not dependent on these sessions. Even if I'm away from these sessions, I should always be in that state of mind. So during meditation, it came to my mind that because I took 2 sessions, so I made 2 summaries. So I'm thinking whenever we're going to take a break, so I'm going to work on those sessions from chapter 1. I'm going to make my own summaries for all those chapters, and
Yes.
I would really try to think that no, I have to. It's me. I don't want to be dependent on any sessions. That's what
Yes.
my
It's very good.
yeah.
Very good. And you have brought up a very important aspect that yes, you should not be dependent on anything outside you.
Yeah.
And when can that happen? Think about it. When will that happen? When you bring your state to be, your being in that state. You yourself mentioned that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That the solution is only in reaching that state through practice, right? Through your own practice, when you reach that state, then you don't depend on anything else. You are already there, right?
Yes.
That is important. So bringing yourself into that state. After that, once you are in that state, it is just like when you are in the mind, you are bound by karma. When you leave the mind, you are not bound by karma, right? Like that. So think about it. When you are not in the state, you have to do things, practice, right?
Mhm.
Focus on awareness. Where is my awareness? What am I thinking? All that will go on. That's a mental activity. When you are in the state, then all this automatically uh, gets organized. Thoughts are also organized. You
Yeah.
will be thinking in the right way. That is spontaneous right action will happen, right? Your thoughts will themselves organize themselves for the right thing, right?
Yeah.
So state is reaching that state is important, and it is a gradual process. Practicing is the key. So steps are practice, and then practicing through your practice you reach there. And now you also know by your own experience that when I don't do practice, this is what happens. I feel
Yeah.
disconnected, right? And that disconnection is not from the group, that disconnection is from yourself, right? That is what it is. So that's why it kind of feels odd to you.
Yeah. And also I was connected to myself because of the group.
Mm.
Because when
This
group was gone, I
yeah,
my connection was gone too.
yeah.
Maybe
But I
not
was,
totally, but yes, yeah,
I
it was
just
gone.
realized when you said so, that listening from you all have been a great joy and so much beautiful, different experiences. And that makes me go on and repeat this, because even though you are doing your own thing, but connecting with so many experiences, so many different masters coming, speaking, sharing, and I love that, listening their expression, like, the way they each one of us express. I really enjoy that. So definitely we want to be independent, but for some time, initial phase, I would say, and we are in initial phase, do not hesitate to go back to YouTube and listen to even these revision sessions have been more in depth, I find. So that will just help us reconnect with ourselves. The practices reminder how to see love, like people have been sharing in these series. So that will be a handy guide all the time. So just do not hesitate yourself to soak yourself in 2-3 hours. Yeah, what we are doing here, we are still doing. If you find yourself misaligning, just come back to YouTube sessions. These are all recorded gems. Great thought
Yeah.
and initiative. We all want to be independent, but do not hesitate when you feel. I have
Yes.
felt it last year when I was away, and it was very easy to just feel a little less where I used to be, and then I remember and I connected these sessions offline, and I felt much better. And my habit of speaking to you all, I was watching YouTube session and I felt like unmute and speak. But then I thought, okay, there is no unmute button. I'm just a passive listener. But then I left comments on my own videos. I mean, I was not there, so the Shailesh and everybody was there, but I left comment with my thoughts that popped in my head. So just be, active listener and make your own experiences. Uh, Try to bring a different you. That these sessions have given me that ability to listen and then respond, express different feelings. That kind of joy it is.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
these sessions have also opened something inside me. Means after these sessions, I have now means started means listening to your old videos and your high level talks. Now I have started understanding them even more. Initially, it formed tangent over me, like simply I couldn't understand. Okay, too much high level. I can't get it, and I simply sat and okay, someday I will know what they are talking about. But now when I feel that and now understand that, then again when I hear those talks, then this it makes sense. Yes, this is the meaning that you wanted to deliver. What you were means the feeling that you what you were feeling, that also now I can feel. So I can relate even more. So now those are not high level. Now it's like
It's
that's our truth.
difficult. Yeah, feelings in words are very difficult. It can only be expressed. And when it has to connect, it will connect. Just like the tree is out and, watching it all day, what I am doing right now, the sun from the morning to evening, it's a different experience altogether. So anytime you feel like you're part of it, then you separate. So these kind of experiences keep happening when we listen other masters. And someday only very specific things connect and it helps.
I
Wow, that
remember when you said that nail thing, that nail was talking to me. Then sometimes you say that plant is talking to me. This at in that moment when you said that, at that time I was not clear. So I used to think how a nail can talk. How you felt that nail is talking to me means how it can be felt. I was in the how part, how to feel that. Then I realized that okay, if it is coming in my thoughts, that means they are connecting to me. So it means slowly and gradually we learn things, and now I can find that joy. Means Monilji also said that initially I do never smiled, but now I can find myself smiling all the time. That joy that is means it's simply there. Even if I'm not doing anything, I'm simply sitting quietly without any thoughts. Then also I'm smiling. Like it's like the happiness of being myself, just sitting alone by myself. That's also giving me joyfulness. So that is the state that I am in right now. Even if there is some work to do, I am in hurry, I am doing. But usually I used to do it with so much rush and sometimes frustration and anger. Those thoughts were there, those emotions were there. But now, even if there is a rush, then still there is a calmness inside ki ho jayega, okay, I will do that, I will manage it. And it's and when I trust it, I believe it, and it happens on time. And now I don't have to yell on my kids for everything. If they are not doing something, okay, let them be themselves. It's okay if they are not listening to me right now. They need space because both of us my two daughters, they are in that state. Means one is just stepping into her teenage, and other one is stepping into adolescence. So both are having this transition phase. So I have to face this regularly, and then that this awareness of mind and this like being in joyfulness now has completely transformed. They are also feeling that transformation. So they keep coming and checking, provoking, and knocking me whether she will still yell or not. But now I know how to handle myself. It's like now I am not handling them, I'm handling myself. So
So now
it's
you see
so
love in that
beautiful.
yelling mother also.
Yes.
That kids
Yes,
want that
yes.
yell. They love that yelling. They come and they
So it's
tease, they
so
see.
beautiful.
Because we tell them to be patient, they come and they test our patience. Okay, are you patient? My son will say, are you patient now?
This is each one of you, you know what you are telling? Each one of you is saying, now I see myself, right? And that's this journey. Unified is all about self-realization. And you are realizing yourself slowly and gradually. Well, okay, this is who I am, right? That's the beauty of this whole thing. So you can practically experience the outcomes of your practice.
Really, I mean, the moment good that Kavita ji brought, I shared the nail in the this home is all wooden, right? So there are screws. So all of a sudden, I was not sure, but the image flashed in my mind, and it was the wooden board, and there were nails. The big, strong nails were talking that they are carrying this whole thing together. I could not communicate longer, but that flash, that feeling was so beautiful and in depth. And I just said thank you because I keep saying these walls, these walls. So I don't know, recently it started talking to me more what these walls are. So I'm in that opening of experience.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Thank you. All of us are beginning to wake up. This is a beautiful feeling for me. And when I see each one of you talking, remember that all your talks are recorded for your own reference also, right? All these recordings are very valuable for your own reference too. So maybe at some point I will teach you how to use it also in future. How can you use it? Right, it's amazing, very good. So just be aware that whatever is coming through you may not be in your conscious mind, but it has come through you. It's a piece of knowledge from your wisdom, and it's available to you. So all those who have spoken on the platform would be able to access their own knowledge through this recording.
That's why Babaji is emphasizing on repetition, right? So at one point of time, maybe Grace or somebody is presenting 25 minutes. We could only hear 20 minutes, maybe 5 minutes lost. So again, you come back and then you find something new. Oh, wow. Because something got clicked in that moment and you got in that loop. So what other person is saying in that matter of time, you are missing it. So nothing wrong. So that repetition is, I mean, I'm very fond of it, understanding more and more what these revision sessions are and repetitions are already, even after practicing 7 days in a week.
Just continue to participate. Active participation is going to help you only, nobody else,
I
right?
think this is what you told in the introduction session that
Yes,
your active participation will help you.
yes. Like I when we had finished the previous 2024 series, after that I was traveling and I was bedridden for 3 months. And during those 3 months, this is what I was doing, listening to all the videos of the 2024 series. I literally redid the whole course lying in the bed, right? And in a day, I used to do three videos every day. So like almost because I'm lying in the bed, I have nothing else to do. So one video, go eat something, again next video, lie down, listen to the whole video, go eat something, come back, another video. Like that I was doing. And I was listening to myself, and my daughter would come and laugh at me. Are you listening to yourself? I said, yes, I'm listening. But inside me, I knew I am not listening to myself. I am listening to the master who spoke through me. That because it was amazing to me. Wow, what knowledge, what ideas, what thoughts. I was also feeling as much amazed as anyone else would have. That is the beauty of these recordings. They are so valuable. And remember, it's not just the sound or the message. It's also the energy that comes with the message, that comes into you when you listen to the recording. It's extremely powerful. Think about it. When you listen to Osho's original audio versus you listen to someone speaking the same message. There are lots of those also on YouTube, right? It doesn't feel the same at all, because behind that voice there is energy that's coming. So when a master speaks through me, for example, then it's that master's energy that reaches us, not Shailesh. Remember that. And that is so significant thing. So just be aware that when you are speaking, when you have communicated on the platform, you have spoken as a master, and that energy is significant. So listening to the videos, recordings, I completed the whole course in those 3 months.
Shailesh, you already translated. You were connected from April intensely, right? Repetition and repetition, including translation, and after that revision. So it has
Yes,
been really like whole year soaked and unified.
correct. And that truly helped me reach a state. Practice part got converted into my being. That was because when I was in my bed, I was doing limited practice, but I was still, as per the sessions, whatever that those videos I was watching, I would do those practices lying in the bed. That's what I was doing, and it was very effective. And and then Preeti would remember this, right there from China, lying in the bed. Once I completed the course, I was becoming very impatient. We need to start the course. We need to start the course. So I was constantly pestering Preeti, when are you going to be free from your exams? We have to start. So she had her exams in January. That's why we didn't start in January. But we,
Before that, I used to push Shailesh, please let's start something. Let's start something. It's been very long. We should do something. But this time he was like, okay, when are we starting? No, what happened? Transition. So that was very awesome. And thank you, Shakti ji. She's saying I love 24 videos. It's like, I myself was learning and sharing and experiencing from everybody. Like awareness was heightened. Oh, I can just say that. Although, I mean, I feel, that was like my baby state. But still, I have to still go through those sessions.
yeah, it was good. So just
As Shaileshi, you are sharing this, I also am recalling that in this week of achieving spontaneous right action, I had got this message that I should expand my this hosting or speaking in English sessions. I had not done any session before that in English sessions. So that this week only I have got this guidance
yes.
to appear here also and see how it has transformed. Means I never knew in that moment. I never knew that this session, this revision practical sessions will happen, and I will get chance to speak that much. But to see it happen, and that was spontaneous.
Mm,
It's
yes.
your will, right? You want to do it. So it thinks universe will manifest, help you do that. We make ourselves available. That only is a gratitude from universe to all of us.
So basically,
Just feel
accepting
it.
ourselves. I felt that before that I was not accepting myself that I can do it, and when I accepted, it happened. So it's the self-acceptance.
Ah, exactly. All of you are becoming good masters now. You guys are all achieving. You are reaching there. Very good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see all this growth. This is the
Now,
purpose of the program as well.
now I'm not feeling guilty of not doing it.
Ah,
When Kavita ji said that, I was feeling guilty of not
You
doing
don't
it.
have to, Gracie. It's just a
No,
journey, and you're just trying to be safe and honest to yourself. That makes you at peace and comfortable. But over time, today, what you have received, it will not let you stop yourself. When you get the opportunity, you'll just come forward. So, this also has to be tried, right? What does it mean when a student when a guru was also a student, means he also had experience where he had to act like some student and where he had to act like guru. So it happened through experience. Somebody came and gave that experience. Till yesterday you were criticizing, judging. Today, starting today, you are saying, oh, you are part of me, okay. you know I understand, I have been through it, now I know. So that happens through only experience. Life is the teacher.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful.
okay. And always remember, you are more beautiful than you ever imagined. That's a very powerful statement. It's not something small. So
Yeah,
just remember it. I have it on my board here. To me, this is the most important part of this whole book. The first sentence itself. Very powerful.
Let
yeah,
me go and feed this to my son's ear that you are more beautiful than you can imagine. So
Yeah.
thank you. I will take a
Thank
leave
you.
now. We'll meet
Yeah,
again.
I think we can bring the session to a close as well. Yeah. So thank you,
yeah.
masters.
Thank you,
Thank
Kavita
you.
ji and Grace
Thank you,
ji.
Kavita ji.
Wonderful.
Thank
And all
you.
the masters.
Yeah, we'll get together again tomorrow. Chapter 14. Get ready.